Hi guys, I thought I'd put together a quick video because we're getting really close for the trip. And so what I thought I'd do is just show you how I'm packing. Now you know that packing is a very personal thing. Everybody has their own preferences and they have to decide basically how much weight do you want to carry. And so if you're trying to decide how to keep your pack as light as you can, you're going to have to know all the things you could take and then try to decide, okay, which ones can I do without? So I'm going to show you how I'm packing. Now, we also have a list that I'm going to be sending you on email. You saw it in the training that we had, and I'll send that again so that you can, again, look at that list to see if there's anything on that list that I might not be packing, and you'll have to decide how you want to pack your pack. Let's start with the pack first. I'm using a fairly good sized pack. It's the one I've used for the last 2 years. I'm not going to show you how I'm going to pack it today, but what I will do is show you what's going to go in this pack, and then I'll pack it, stop the video, and start it back up, and you'll see the finished pack. So that's the pack, and you have to decide what pack you're going to choose. The other thing to carry is a smaller pack that you'll need inside of Jerusalem or any of the times when we won't have our pack, but we'll be on walking. This will be used for carrying your passport or water or those items that are light in weight that you'll want to carry in that manner. The other thing that I'll mention at this time is a rain cover. Now you can purchase a rain cover for your pack, or you can use a simple trash bag. And so this would just make sure, you just need to make sure that it will fit over your pack so that in case we do run into some rain, you've got some protection there. Lightweight and might not hurt to bring a couple. Let's go over what I'm going to be taking. Let's start with the clothes first. I'm taking 5 pair of underwear. I'm taking 2 pair of pants rolled up. I'm taking a pair of shorts for I'm also taking socks. Now I'm probably investing more in socks than anything else. I'll be wearing a pair of liners and then also a pair of socks. So this will be what I'll be wearing during the day when I hike. I'm also taking some compression socks for calves. This helps a lot. You can wear these on the plane. Speaking of compression socks and compression for calves, I'll be wearing these compression socks when I travel. So when I'm on the plane, I'll be wearing these compression socks. It's up to you whether you want to deal with that or not. Shirts, I'm taking 2 shirts and 2 undershirts. So I'll be wearing one of these under each one of these shirts. Now I know what you're saying, that's not enough clothes. So I'm going to be taking a small scrub bag. And these scrub bags do a great job if you want to invest in them. You don't have to, you can wash your clothes out in the sink, but I'm going to be washing my clothes and then instead of taking extra clothes, and I'll deal with it that way. Now that's a hassle because at night you're going to be washing clothes, but it only takes about 10 or 15 minutes. You might want to invest in a clothesline. I have this type of elastic clothesline. You hook it up and then you hang the clothes by pulling these apart and sticking the clothes in here, and that way that tension of the cord will hold the clothes. Up to you. You can also bring some nylon cord, do the same thing. That's another item that might come in handy. Let's just keep moving down the line here. Let's talk about walking sticks. These weigh about 1.5 pounds. They fold up. They do help. I used them last year, and I think Jason Beck and I both agree that these do help. However, it's 1.5 pounds, and you do have to carry them. There is a chance, although small, we didn't run into any problems last year, that the airlines or TSA agents may not permit these to go through. So I'm going to leave that up to you whether you want to take them or not and risk them. A good set will cost you about $100. You can get them for $19. And you don't need them at all if you don't want to take them. Let's talk a little bit about headwear. I am taking a beanie. I'm trying my best to become a millennial and so I'm taking a good beanie. This type of headwear also serves as a sun protector for your neck. Those are very helpful in the summer and when it's hot. We may not have that problem this year. So again, you do need some sort of head cover, even if it's a baseball cap. The next thing is your outerwear in terms of jackets. I've got two pieces of compression style jackets that fold up, and you can see this one is a vest, and so this one has is a full jacket. And so between the two of these, I think this will be is certainly enough for weather that we're going to be experiencing. These are not waterproof. They are water resistant. So if you do take something like this, don't think that it's waterproof. So if it gets rained on, it's going to get wet and heavy, or heavier. What I do take is two other kinds of rain jackets. This one is a very lightweight rain jacket. As you can see, it folds up almost to nothing. The downside, or one of the cons to this, is that there's little warmth provided by this type of rainwear. The other type of rainwear is the full rain jacket that you're probably more familiar with. This one has a hood. It's completely rainproof, and the pros is that it's warmer. It does have a hood. The downside to it is you can see how much space it takes. It's a lot of space. The other option you can take is simply a simple rain jacket. These things are 99 cents at the dollar store, and they do the job. Remember to take your itinerary or anything that you would want to keep notes on in terms of the trip, flight information, other information about where we're going, that sort of thing. You can print that off. We talked about taking a journal. Now you can take all sizes of journals. Here's a small size. Make sure you got your pen, and that this is easier to carry when we stop and listen to Jesus talk. Mark talk. This is basically a first aid kit. So in here I've got some chapping lotion, Band-Aids, Q-tips. I also have athletic tape. So anything that you would want to take regarding first aid, some antiseptic, those types of things. Let's talk a little bit about your wires and adapters. I'm taking a adapter that will fit on my phone. So I have obviously my normal phone battery. This fits in and extends the life of the phone. So I can get a good full day worth of pictures and usage of the phone. Just have to recharge it at night. Obviously, remember your cables. This has been something I've found pretty handy when I travel. It's a simple $1.50, 3-prong adapter. This way, when you do plug it into the adapter, your adapter now becomes 3. This is the style, let me walk over closer, of adapter of adapter plug for Israel. On this particular one, it has the normal US. It also has a spot for 2 USBs. So this can be used to charge your cell phone or iPad if you choose to take that. It's always good to bring your regular normal adapters for your particular phone. Headsets, these are the wired types. I also have a unwired, a wireless type. So I would use this and then use this as backup. While we're talking about things that go in the ears, it's probably a good idea, because there are people who snore on this trip. I wouldn't know anything about that, but it's good to take some earplugs or some sort of noise reducing kind of protection. So you can get the noise reducing powered earphones. It's a good idea to think about that, because it's with this many people going, You're going to be in rooms, and when we're in those close rooms, there's going to be people that snore, and so you need to try to do as much as you can, because there's little that the people who snore can do other than sleep in a bathtub or outside somewhere. So be sure you have proper noise reduction strategies in place. In terms of hygiene, I'm probably not going to shave on this trip. So for me, all I need is deodorant, toothpaste, and toothbrush. I'm going to take some nail clippers, and that's pretty much all I'm going to take regarding hygiene, other than some soap. Now, you can choose to take a bar of soap, then you have to deal with wrapping it in plastic when you put it back in, or you can take some sort of body wash. This one is a concentrated body wash, takes very little to every shower, so I'm taking that. The other thing that you have to remember, I should have mentioned earlier, if you are planning to do your own laundry, you're going to need to take some laundry soap. So you can take the little wafers that are very lightweight. They're not all that great. I've used them. The best thing that I've used is this laundry wash that's concentrated. It takes a couple of capfuls. It does a really good job each wash. For your antibacterial stuff, it's good to take a couple of these wipes, some lotion, and antibacterial stuff there to get rid of germs. We can use that on the airplanes. It's also a good idea if you take your wipes to kind of wipe down the airplane armrests, anything that you're going to touch on the airplane, just to help reduce the risk of getting sick or getting some sort of virus. Water. Now, you have a couple of choices. You can not take any containers because there's going to be plenty of water bottles there, and that's what most people did last year. Or you can take a bladder, buy one of these bladders. I think they're around 20 or 30 bucks. And they fit in the back, and then your tube comes out. And so then you would get your water supply from these. Up to you how you want to do that. In terms of light, I think you'll have to decide what kind of lighting you want to take. This head set is kind of nice because you can put this headset on and it frees up your hands, and you don't have to be holding a flashlight. That's up to you. It's also helpful if you read at night or do something like that for reading. Be sure and take your eyewear, sunglasses, and any eyewear that you might need. It's also a good idea to take a cloth to wash or to wipe your glasses off. Of course, you don't want to forget your passport, and so make sure you've got that. Any kind of medication that you take, obviously you need to consider. I'll probably be bringing some Aleve and some aspirin and other things that will help in terms of not getting sore the next day. Other than that, I think I've got everything. It's up to you whether you want to bring a pair of binoculars. Keep in mind, every decision you make that brings something like this is going to be that extra pound. And don't fall for the trap of, oh, this only weighs a pound, no problem. Because I can tell you that poundage is going to mount up. I will come back after I've packed everything and also show you how much my pack's going to weigh. Most everything into a bag. Certainly all of my clothes and everything that I will be packing will go into some kind of a bag inside of my pack. You can buy these zipper type bags through Amazon, and you have a few days left before you can get something delivered through Prime, or use the bags that you have. So these are very helpful. There's another method that you can use, and that is to use these plastic bags that are a vacuum pack your clothes, and that certainly will reduce the size of your pack. You put them in, roll them up, and then they're very compressed, and so you can put more in your backpack using that method. It's up to you how you want to do that. You also have to remember that there will be some dirty clothes that you'll have to figure out where those are going to go during the trip. So I think that's it. This video is not intended to be edited or professionally enhanced in any way. So, but I do think you'll get a good idea as to what to pack. So I'll see you in this next clip after I've finished packing. Okay, well here we are for the final pack. I've got all of my clothes and everything that was on that table that in the previous video is now into these 5 different compressed bags. So let's start packing. One thing that I've found is if you do put them in a bag like this, it's always good to kind of throw them on the floor, step on them, kind of even them out so that you've got an even pack and the weight's equally distributed inside your pack. So from there, it's a matter of just starting to put your pack together. My pack will put 2 of these nicely on top of each other inside the pack. And as you can see, if you get all of this stuff put together before you pack in the morning, it doesn't take too long to put your pack together. My pack has these nice tie downs so that you can snap them together and then cinch them up, and it makes for a little tighter pack. The other thing it does is it allows for some little extra room on the side, and that is where my poles are going to go. Now, I put my poles into 2 pair of socks so that there's no sharp edges that would cut into the bags or other things that's around. Putting them on both sides, again, distributes the weight a little equally and makes the pack a little bit more snug. So that is everything that's going to go in the bottom of my bag. At this point, I'm pretty much ready to zip the bag up. The only thing I have left to put together is this small bag here, which contains my water bladder, first aid kit, and toiletry bag, so that I can get to them quickly if I need to. So those are going to go in the top of my bag because this is where the water bottle or the water bladder is going to go anyhow. And so that serves at the top of my bag. And like I mentioned in the training, it's a good idea to kind of put your bag together and take it apart several times before you get on the hike, because as 17 of us try to get ready in the morning, we'll need to try to get ready as quickly as we can. So if you're trying to figure out where your stuff is and how to pack it, it's going to delay everybody else. So try to get that figured out before you even go on the trip. So now my bag's packed pretty tight. All I have to do now is to put the stuff that's on the outside of the bag. So those quick access items I put in my pack on the side. And so now I put all of my earphones and charging systems, wiring, anything that I would want to get to quickly, I put into a little bag like this. Now you could just stuff them in here, but this way I can pull them all out quickly and not drop things. especially if you're trying to do that on a plane. It helps to have them all in one place. The other items that I want to be able to access quickly would be my rain jacket that would go over outside of my backpack in case it rains. Passport, although once I get on the plane and get ready to go, that passport's going to be in the side of my cargo pants. Other things that would be quick access would be glasses, sunglasses, things like that. Now in my pack, I've got 2 quick access bags on the side here, so that's where my glasses are going to go. Cleaning cloth, and that's where those go. The next thing I could put in on the outside here might be some antibacterial wipes, Kleenex, handkerchiefs, pretty much it. At that point, I am ready to start closing up the bag, and so close off my top flap. Cinch everything down. The last thing that I have is my lightweight pack that I'll be using in the cities. I can use this to carry on the plane, so I could take a lot of this stuff, put it in here, have 2 packs, and just take this on the plane, put it under the seat, so that I can have quick access to that. I probably won't do that, but I always have that option. The key to these packs I've found is to get everything equally distributed and then cinch them down. You're good to go. So there's my finished pack. Now, I'm not quite sure how much this weighs. Okay, let's see what the final weight came out. I'm guessing 20. The other day I packed and it came out at 16 and a half, almost 16.6, but I've added some things. All right. Oh, dang. 21.5 pounds. So that's about 5 pounds more than I would like it. But I don't think at this point there's much I can take out. I'll probably have another 4 or 5 pounds at the most once this pack gets filled with water. So I'm ready to go.